Hello folks, welcome to OTD, also known as On the Deck, where you can get all the sports you need in 10 minutes. My name is Adam Arduna. This is my mom, Gina.
He's the journalist.
And she's the enthusiast.
I must be enthusiastic about sports to be sitting outside, literally, not only in the snow, it's still kind of snowing.
Oh, it is definitely snowing, and it's going to be going all day today. So we're really fortunate to be able to just do our show right now before more snow comes.
Yeah,
and
so if you see some little dots,
hits us even worse than we're already at. I'm trying to keep our cords in line here.
Yeah,
so we're
got to keep the cords out of the snow.
Out of the snow so we don't get any
Not
malfunctions, but it's really not much we can do about that up to this point. But we just want to say thank you for joining us today. Once again, we're excited to bring you another episode of On the Deck. Please continue to follow us on social media. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Today's show is exciting because we're going to be actually wishing athletes well today.
Yes, we're not hating on anyone.
We're not hating on anyone, and we don't generally hate on people, but we do have concerns when people do some things that were not favorable or that aren't in favor of our choice anyways. But today we're going to be talking about 4 athletes in particular, or one of them is actually a coach and the other are athletes.
Right.
Let's talk about Coach K from Duke, Coach Mike Krzyzewski, who is a Mount Rushmore college basketball
100%.
coach. He has been one of the best coaches to ever coach basketball on any level for that matter. And he's going through a pretty difficult surgery right now, and it's dealing with his back. He's going to have back surgery, and it will put him out tomorrow, and it will put him out from anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. And we all know in basketball terms, that's a long time because you play so many games during the season.
Right.
It's difficult to recover right away from something like that. So he's actually going to be out, and we all know what the impact has on your team when your head coach isn't there. What are your initial thoughts on him being out for this part of the season?
Well, my initial thought is you're correct. Like in football, Tom Brady had to sit out 4 games, 4 weeks, and that didn't impact the season at all. Everybody's like, oh, it was a quarter of the season, but let's be clear, the Patriots are #1 going to the playoffs. But in basketball, college basketball, where it's 2-3 games a week, you'd be talking about missing anywhere from 8 to 12 or even more games.
Right.
And when you're talking about rankings and trying to get yourself into good tournament position, that's a big deal. And he's got a great group of assistants who've been with him for a long time. So I think they'll be in good hands. Grayson Allen just got reinstated. He missed 1 game. Totally different subject. So I think Duke will be okay. But this segment is to say we wish Coach K well. Now, you know how I feel about Coach K. I've said in the past he reminds me of the Count from Sesame Street. And when I was a little girl, I had a little crush on the Count. So me and Coach K have a little thing. It's strictly platonic. But I love the guy. I'm a big fan, and I just wish him well. I want a safe back surgery and a speedy recovery.
Yes, so, I agree. I hope he returns and everyone is fired on all cylinders.
They are.
Well, let's stick to basketball here, and let's actually go on the professional level, and we're going to talk about Carmelo Anthony. This is a man that stood up during this summer's Olympics and said, I'm going to be the captain, I'm going to be the leader for Team USA, and we're going to go out and win the gold, and they did that. And you know, a lot of people have given him a bad rap for not winning an NBA championship, but he's got multiple gold medals for Team USA, and it's one of those situations where it's like, look, it's not his fault that the teams that he's been on haven't been good enough to go as far as they should go. And right now he's in a slump. And I think a lot of people are upset with him because he's in New York. And, you know, that's a tough place to be in. The media is so strict and critical on everything you do, especially if you're an athlete or a high-profile person. And he's struggling right now. And so I just hope that he finds his way out and can continue to play at a high level, and I hope the naysayers don't get to him too badly.
Well, you know, again, we're wishing him well because we love Carmelo, and I'll say when you say struggle, he's 4 for 23 from long range. That's 3-point line or beyond in the last 6 or 7 games. That's a really terrible percentage for a superstar. And Carmelo is a superstar. And part of the reason I wanted to make sure we wish him well is that you're right. He gets heat that I don't think he deserves. Carmelo hasn't gone and chased a super team and tried to put together his, you know, the big 3 somewhere. And he hasn't done any of that. The man, now he is at the Knicks. He wasn't ever all that. You know, you go to different places in your career, but Carmelo has been nothing but a stand-up guy and chose to go to the Olympics where he got some heat for being there. And it's like, well, where is everybody else?
Exactly.
He showed up, led the team. I want to say give Carmelo a break. Slumps are just that. They're slumps. You go down, you come up. Watch out for Carmelo on the backside of the season. I think he's going to have a great season. So we wish you well, Carmelo.
I agree. I think his roster will help him out this year in the Eastern Conference. And so, yeah, we hope you do your thing, Carmelo.
We're lovers over here, Carmelo. We're not haters. We You got your back.
Exactly. Okay, well, let's go to Ronda Rousey, okay?
Oh, man.
We know what happened over the Christmas break
you need to
here.
Tell people what happened.
Well, if you weren't able to watch it on pay-per-view, she fought Miss Nunez, who is a Brazilian fighter who is a really good fighter, and so is Ronda Rousey, but their fighting styles don't match up. And Ronda Rousey got knocked out by Holly Holm in her previous fight, which was a really bad, catastrophic fight, or knockout, I should say. And she had a lot to prove trying to come back for this fight. And there was so much anticipation, UFC 207, this, that, and the third. But ultimately, I personally, on my own personal level, I don't think she should have fought in this fight. And I think you feel similar to that. But she got knocked out in 48 seconds in this fight in round 1. And so it was a tough pill to swallow for her. And we wish her well because she has done so much for not just UFC as a sport, which she has done. She has moved mountains for them, especially for women, but as a brand overall. But just as a power standpoint for women and what they stand for in this planet and on this world. And she's a great person. And I hope that she just walks away with what she still has left and just does something else because she's too good for that.
Well, I feel the exact same way. Again, we wish Ronda well, and here's what I wish. I wish Ronda would just understand that you've done everything you need to do. You have nothing left to prove at all. You are beautiful. You are strong. You are a champion. You know, Holly Holmes got you. I feel like Holly Holmes won the fight. Obviously, she knocked you out. But if I looked at you, Ronda, at that time, you didn't look like your best Ronda. So I felt like she got you. Not that necessarily she beat you, but she got you. There's nothing to prove. Don't keep coming back. That sounds bad because I don't mean that way, but I'm saying if you choose to retire and say, I'm done, I'm out, you will have lost nothing. We respect you. People who know the game respect you. The fight game respect you. You have nothing to prove. You're an Olympic gold medalist. You're a national champion, and you are a world champion. So I say to you, go and move on, do whatever you want to do. Now, if you want to keep fighting, we'll continue to support you, but I'm telling you, forget all the noise. You've done everything you need to do. We wish you 100% well. I'm sorry you took that fight. I felt like it was a gotcha fight to begin with. And they put you up against someone who has the exact same fighting style as Holly Holm. And it just, you know, if you can get in, if Ronda can get her hands on you, you're done. But they put her in there with these jabbers and
boxers.
It just, you know, it doesn't work out.
Ronda's a judo champion and she gets you
champion.
on the ground and these are punchers and
she's strong.
fighters.
Exactly. So we wish you well, Ronda.
We wish you well, Ronda. We love you. We just hope that you get yourself righted and take some time off.
Yeah, that's true.
And lastly, let's go ahead to the NFL and let's talk about Steve Smith Sr., who is going to hang up the cleats. This year is done for him. The Baltimore Ravens did not make it to the playoffs. He was not sure if he was going to come back for this season, actually. So you could maybe call this his second retirement. But he has had a phenomenal NFL career. He has defeated all odds as far as his stature on the field. He plays super huge. I think he comes in at like 5'10 and a half. But he's one of the most dynamic receivers to actually play the game. I love his heart, his spirit, his fight, his leadership. And he is a stand-up guy, and I love me some Steve Smith Sr. And so we're happy for him to finally end his career the way he would like to.
I am always happy, especially for football players, to see them get to retire and not have to go out because of injury or just get cut till there's just nobody wants them anymore, which is terrible. So I'm really happy
going out on your own terms.
Yes, and this is somebody who deserves that.
Yes.
Steve Smith, he's had I don't know how many 1,000-yard seasons, including this season. And I know he's listed at 5'10". I don't know him. I'm not trying to hate, but very often people fudge those numbers. The only reason that's important is to say this is not the biggest guy on the field. He's not the tallest guy on the field. And they ran him out of multiple positions. Obviously receiver, but he'd come out of the slot, which is kind of a...
He returned kicks and punts in Carolina. He did some running back from time to time.
I was going to say, he played kind of a modified running back.
Yeah, he was kind of utility guy on offense.
And let me tell you something. He's the kind of guy on your offense that makes defenses have to scheme for him.
Yes.
Huge loss. And from all accounts, I don't know him, but from the things I've heard and people who do say they know him, he's a really good man. So we wish you well in your retirement. Feel free to come on the deck. We love to interview you.
Steve Smith, you're awesome.
You're welcome to come.
We love you, and we're happy for you to retire.
Yes.
I'm ready to retire. If you do want to come back, hey, that's great. But hey, this is your time to go ahead and hang them up and call it quits on your own terms. So we're happy for that. We're happy for all these people that we just mentioned. Once again, continue to follow us on all of our social media. Follow us on Twitter, OTD _ on the deck. She is JRepass _ OTD. Type in OTD in Facebook, and then just type in my name, Adam. We're doing it for YouTube. We're really excited because we are coming up on our 100th episode, so we're really excited for that as well. We will give you a special episode once that happens, but we're just out here in the cold and we're freezing, and so we're just
it's time to go. Play the music.
Hey, we're excited, and thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time, folks. All right.
That was perfect music, perfect outro.
All right.
That's a good way to warm up too. You got snow in there. Did you see the snow blow off the roof while we were filming?
I did.
Like the birds came flapping and the wind blew up. What happened? You got water on there?
On the thing.
Oh, on your battery pack? Yeah, I put mine in my pocket. Yeah. What was it? Did it get in there?
I don't know, but it's like frozen already on there.
It's fucking cold out here. If we put a glass of water out here, that bitch would be frozen quick.
I just don't want this to get in there. That's not good.
You just want to switch out and just get a new mic?